Here.
Kevin McCabe,
Here.
William Ross,
Here.
Robert Cliff,
Here.
Jason Krumpa,
Here.
Clifford Scott.
Here.
Excused is Scott Bridges and Maria Lopez.
Introduction of guests.
Sue Barone, agency staff.
Andrea Kleisik, agency staff.
Mark Gabriel, Agency Counsel.
Your name.
Morning.
Mike Dudley, agency staff.
Terry Caruso, agency staff.
James Reed, law enforcement.
Haley Dodge, law enforcement, federal credit.
Dave Schaefer, DRC. Tracy Sumberg, Atlas Copter, Labor Inspector. Jonathan Epstein, Buffalo News. Jim Payne from Business First.
All right, thank you. Can we stand for the pledge of allegiance? Mike? Read us the pledge.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Motion carries. Thank you. Finance and Audit Committee, Kevin?
Yeah, 6.1, agency payables of May 31st, found those to be in order. Make a motion to approve.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Passed. 6.2, budget variance report, also found them to be in order. May 31st, make a motion to approve.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Passed.
Okay. 10.0, Governance Committee, Karen?
Yes, I'm sort of pleased to tell you that we did hold a meeting outside of our board. It just
Work session.
work session. I'm sorry. We held a work session, first time I think in the history of the IDA, and we had an excellent meeting with 100% attendance. And as a result, we're going to present tonight or today a revision of the local labor policy and the apprenticeship policy, and Mark's going to give them. I want to thank the board for taking time from their busy schedules to come and be at that work session. Mark?
Thank you, Chairman. Okay. We were blessed by attendance and a number of comments during that two-hour session, and we discussed various changes and or extensions of our policy. And, we haven't really had any issues in the past with local labor policy. It's never come really to the forefront. However, pointed out a few areas that we believe can improve the policy. Probably the biggest and the foremost improvement will be we've always had the right under the local labor policy to monitor and randomly demand the local labor information and to provide spot checks on our companies. Our reports really didn't demand them in the past, but as another layer of oversight and deterrent, which our policy is, the agency will, on an annual basis, conduct at least one or more random spot checks at the end of the project to make sure that the local labor policy has been adhered to by the various companies and contractors going forward. I think that was probably the most substantial change that was made. There were obviously some other items and cleanups, but I think with that in mind, I believe this is something that I think the governance committee is recommending to the full board.
Yes.
And at this time, Mr. Chairman, they'll be looking for a motion to accept that.
Okay, we have a motion to accept.
So moved.
Okay. Mr. Cliff, all in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries.
Roll call, please.
Oh.
Thank you, if you don't mind.
Okay.
Mr. Wilking,
Yes.
Mr. McCabe,
Yes.
Mr. Ross,
Yes.
Mr. Scott,
Yes.
Mr. Krumpa,
Yes.
Mr. Cliff,
Yes.
Mr. Onesti.
Yes. Okay. Apprenticeship policy 7.2.
Thank you again, Mr. Chairman. The apprenticeship policy is before you. This this attempt at an apprenticeship policy started probably close to 10 years ago. We've been working, and we hit a roadblock basically trying to figure out what the basis and how we were going to implement and what steps a contractor would have to do to be qualified for it. So basically in front of you and what is being recommended by the governance policy, the governance committee today is this apprenticeship policy, which will provide a company that uses contractors that participate in a certified apprenticeship program for all trades in that particular project, an additional 5% per year pilot benefit for the first 5 years of the pilot. That obviously will all be certified. No such benefit would be provided until after the program or the project is completed and the proof is shown to the agency and reviewed. And if that is the case, our pilot will thereafter be reflected of that additional 5% per year for the first 5 years benefit to that company. We hope that that encourages the use of and it increases the apprenticeship programs and trades in Niagara County in particular. We all at the board recognize the need for that additional help and the importance of the apprenticeship programs going forward. Is that approximately right, Mr. Fulton?
Yes.
So we will need a motion if there's any questions.
Mr. McCain first, and second, Mr. Cliff. All in favor? Aye. Any opposed? No roll call?
Roll call on this one, so please.
Mr. Wilking?
Yes.
Mr. McCabe?
Yes.
Mr. Ross?
Yes.
Mr. Scott?
Yes.
Mr. Krumpa?
Yes.
Mr. Cliff?
Yes.
Mr. O'Hassey?
Yes.
There is the one more late item that the governance committee added on, and we'll need two motions. First, to add it as a late item to this board agenda. That is the addition of Juneteenth as a holiday for the agency. We try to follow our guidelines, but that will still require board approval. The governance committee has recommended it to the board. I will first need a motion and a second and unanimous agreement to add it to this agenda.
So moved.
Mr. Scott, all in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion
Correct.
carries.
No need for roll on that.
Okay.
Finally, that what we're asking for is a motion to accept and to add Juneteenth as a holiday to the agency staff, moving forward and adding to the existing holidays.
So moved.
Ms. Wilkin, all in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries.
Do we have any addition for eliminating Monroe County?
That was part of the policy that we did. Everything has been worked out, and Monroe County is no longer part of our local labor.
Thank you, Mark. I want to thank Mark and Sue for the information and time for our governance committee. This was a heck of a couple of weeks to get all this done, and we appreciate the time and effort, and thank members of the committee also.
Thank
The
you.
IDA.
All right, unfinished business, 8.0, NISA Corporation.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. On May 31st at 2 p.m., the agency held a public hearing at Niagara Falls City Hall. There were no attendees at the hearing, and no comments have been submitted to the agency.
Any questions? Any comments? I need a motion for final resolution. Mr. Scott? Mr. McCabe? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Need a roll call vote?
Mr. Wilking?
Yes.
Mr. McCabe?
Yes.
Mr. Ross?
Yes.
Mr. Scott?
Yes.
Mr. Krumpa?
Yes.
Mr. Cliff?
Yes.
Mr. O'Hassey?
Yes. 8.2, GM Montante Development, LLC. Mark?
Yes, thank you, Mr. Chairman. As you see, 8.2 and 8.3 are both TMM Tante Development. 8.2 is the project which was previously induced by this board that is located at 500 3rd Street, while 8.3 is the project that was previously induced by this board located at 512 3rd Street. we've been in contact and have had a request to the staff and now to the board to have their existing inducement extended for a period of 6 months. There's been some delays still being worked on for the project, still some of the ramifications from the COVID, and the COVID situation is hindering its development, but they are asking for a 6-month extension to both, so I will need 2 separate resolutions and motions.
6 or 12 months?
We only do 6-month extensions, yeah.
That is through when?
They would have ended at the end of July, I believe, so that's why it's a little bit further ahead. So they took care of the extension ahead of time.
Okay. Need a motion for 8.2.1? And second, Mr. Wolfgang, all in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Need a roll call vote, please.
Mr. Wolfgang? Mr. McCabe?
Yes.
Mr. Ross?
Yes.
Mr. Scott?
Yes.
Mr. Krempa?
Yeah.
Mr. Cliff?
Yes.
Mr. Omesi?
Yes.
That was 8.2 and 8.3.
No, just one.
Oh,
one at a
Both are
time.
separate. 8.3.1, we need a motion for the inducement of the extension, Mr. Krempa.
Second.
And Mr. Cliff. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Roll call, please.
Mr. Wolfgang?
Yes.
Mr. McCabe?
Yes.
Mr. Ross?
Yes.
Mr. Scott?
Yes.
Mr. Krempa?
Yeah.
Mr. Cliff?
Yes.
Mr. Omesi?
Yes. Okay, 8.4, Indian Ocean LLC, consent to refinance.
Yes, thank you very much. Indian Ocean LLC is a existing agency project. It is the Courtyard by Marriott in downtown Niagara Falls. They're refinancing their current debt with a new lender, and as required by our project documents, they require the consent of our agency to move forward due to our leasehold interest in the property. Therefore, they are requesting, and I'm requesting on their behalf, a resolution consenting to the refinance as requested by the company.
Are there any questions? Okay, Mr. Ross, need a second? Mr. McKay, all in favor? Aye. Any opposed? Roll call, vote, please.
Mr. Wolfgang?
Yes.
Mr. McCabe?
Yes.
Mr. Ross?
Yes.
Mr. Scott?
Yes.
Mr. Krempa?
Yeah.
Mr. Cliff?
Yes.
Mr. Omesi?
Yes. 8.5, request for micro enterprise grant approval. Andrew?
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I'd like to request a change to the agenda. I mistakenly gave Julie the wrong project summary. So, we had our microenterprise loan committee meeting prior to our last board meeting. All of the applicants were approved with the exception of North Shores Niagara LLC. It's independent insurance broker. The committee went back and forth with how to handle the application because there wasn't a lot of supporting detail for the full request. The full request was for $7,470. There was only strong backup for the equipment, which is a laptop computer and a docking station, which cost approximately $900. The committee asked me to go back to the owner and ask her to elaborate and work with somebody from SBDC and elaborate on her marketing plan, and then bring it back to committee if she wanted to still apply for the full $7,470. She has chosen to instead just reduce her request to $900 for the cost of the equipment. That equipment, she did provide backup, and it was detailed in her business plan, and the committee was fine with, allocating $900 at that time, but they wanted to give her an opportunity if she did want to elaborate on her marketing plan. She chose not to, and then rather than call another committee meeting, we decided to bring it to the board. So the request is for approval for a microenterprise request for North Shores Niagara LLC in the amount of $900.
Mr. Chairman, if the board chooses, they can add this as a late item, but again, they will need a unanimous consent by the board to add as a late item before we do a resolution.
Do we have a motion to add it?
I will.
And Mr. Scott. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay. Any questions on this? Give
So
me a roll call vote,
this
please.
is just a $900,
Small micro enterprise grant.
Any other questions?
Well, I think we just voted to add it to the agenda.
Right. And now we gotta approve it.
yes, so moved.
Ms. Wilkin and Mr. Krempa, all in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? We need a roll call vote for that.
Mr. Wilking?
Yes.
Mr. McCabe?
Yes.
Mr. Ross?
Yes.
Mr. Scott?
Yes.
Mr. Kreppa?
Yes.
Mr. Cliff?
Yes.
Mr. Onesi?
Yes. Okay. New business, 9.0, 9.1, CRC Development, LLC. Andrew?
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. CRC Development constructed a 64,000 square foot building in our park in 2012, which was leased to Edwards Vacuum. After several years, the company grew and they did withdraw some of their manufacturing and assembly activities from New York State, but since then, they have expanded their warehousing, office, and support activities there, so much so that the warehousing needs have exceeded the available capacity, and therefore DRC Development plans to construct an additional 36,000 square foot addition. This represents $3 million in investment and approximately 20 new jobs. Here today is Mr. Chamberlain from DRC Development and a representative from Atlas Group, Edwards Vacuum.
Sir, you want to give us some information about your project?
My name's Dave Chamberlain, I'm the builder, owner, a couple of ones across the street. Friends here, and Billy Hall. When we first built the project over here, it was 64,000 square feet. And at the time, we showed on the footprint, on the site plan, a location of a 36,000 square foot addition. The time has come now where they need one warehouse space or combining several of their warehouse since we built them at Atlas Copco. Some of their divisions are also putting the trailers in. And they need the warehouse space. It will be identical in looks to the existing warehouse on the south end. The major change is that the other building is 28 foot high. This one at the E will be 36 foot high and 40 foot high on the peak. Other than that, it'll be the same materials. It look like it was put on both originally at the same time. 6 additional truck docks. And for high rack storage. With the sprinkler. I've got Tracy Sunberg, he's the local operations manager. He can tell you about the water situation.
So just a little background. When this building was originally built, it was owned by Edwards, leased by Edwards LLC. Edwards has been since bought by Atlas Copco. Atlas Copco has multiple brands, and when we moved the manufacturing out in 2020, we brought in those other brands for distribution. Atlas Copco is one of our brands, Libel is one of our brands, Precision Plus, and Edwards. So we support all those brands, and Atlas Copco continues to add more brands, and as we bring those brands in, we need more space to store their product.
What do they sell? What is it exactly?
Atlas Copco sells everything related to the vacuum industry, so vacuum pumps, abatement systems for contaminated toxins, all the support equipment for that. Semiconductor industry is a big supplier, or a big customer for us. Okay.
Intel is a big customer.
Yes, for the Edwards brand. For the other brands, we deal with steel manufacturing companies, scientific divisions, universities. We sell to a lot of different markets. But for what used to be there, Intel was our biggest customer. Now it's very.
And confident 20 employees in the next number of years.
We projected 5% to 10% growth annually. That's not including any acquisitions. I know there's a couple acquisitions that could potentially be in the works. Historically, we've bought a new company about once a year, so it's kind of a crapshoot as to what the future will hold there, but there will definitely be some more acquisitions, and ideally we'll put that product in. We just settled on a acquisition in Syracuse, it's a company about 6 months ago. We'll get some product from that. We bought a company about 2 years ago in Boston, Massachusetts. We're going to get some product in from them very soon. Actually started getting a little bit already, but we'll be getting more pretty soon. So there's definitely more product coming in throughout the next few years.
What's the average salary?
It's mostly warehouse employees. Average salary is in the high 40s. If you talk support personnel, it probably gets up to the average about 55, 60.
This building was constructed 10 years ago on a 15-year pilot. We got 15 or at least with these people 5 years ago, and putting the addition on will extend that at least to the entire building for another 10 years. So it'll be here before. So how much has your cost increased from these inflationary challenges that we're having today versus say 3, 4, 5 years ago? You're ruining that day.
I did.
No, seriously, construction costs are up 50%, everything. And waiting periods, that's a pre-engineered metal building, we used to give them 12 weeks to complain, and now they're 26 weeks. So the cost is up for 2 things. And even steel, and things that come from abroad, you don't know when you're going to get them. The quotes from contractors now are good for 30 days. Yeah, so, sure. You're not making a lot of people are canceling jobs because they think the price is going down. Like you see. It's hard to take money away.
Any other questions? Okay, I have first a motion from Mr. Wolfgang. Do I have a second? Mr. Scott, all in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Roll call vote, please.
Mr. Wolfgang?
Yes.
Thank you, sir.
Mr. McCabe?
Yes.
Mr. Ross?
Yes.
Mr. Scott?
Yes.
Mr. Krempa?
Yes.
Mr. Cliff?
Yes.
Mr. Omesi?
Yes. We need a motion for me to authorize the public hearing. And Mr. Ross, all in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. All right, Lockport Schools Federal Credit Union. Andrew?
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Lockport Schools Federal Credit Union, located at 360 South Transit Road, will be demolishing their existing facility to build a new one, a new 2,856 square foot facility. They have already acquired the land, and this project represents $2.1 million in investment and the creation of at least one new job. They're a not-for-profit, so the request today before the board is for a 10-year pilot. They are not requesting mortgage tax abatement or any sales tax abatement.
Any questions?
Oh, I'm sorry, and Ms. Dodge is here from the project, sorry.
Good morning. Good morning. So a lot of people don't even know where we are. If you know Lockport at all, if you know Lockport Hotel, I usually say, do you know where George Barber is? And everybody goes, oh yeah, we're right next door. We've been there for 30 years. We started there in 1990 as a $3 million credit union. We're up to 21 now. And our membership has grown from probably about 1,000 to nearly 1,500 now. So we've been operating out of that small side space. And just to make it more ADA compliant and better for our membership, we're going to have, a drive-through ATM access, which will help the community. There's, for the pedestrians that go into that area, into that part of that transit corridor, there is no walk-up ATM. You have to go into a store, things like that. So there's no drive-up except for downtown or straight-up transit. So those are some of the things we're looking at. I see you have a picture of it. I brought some, but we're very excited about the project. It's nice that we've grown. We've added, until 2016, we were strictly the school district employees, but we've become a school community credit union, so now we have, as part of our membership, FTA, so the bus company, and the YWCA, because they do pre-K at Johnstown. D-Sales is part of our membership now, and then once our infrastructure is set, and we can handle that, we're planning on adding the students of the Lockport City School District. So that will mean that anybody who is related to by a family member can join our credit union. So, that's our project. I did, one of the things I just wanted to, there was, something in here that, talk about how the taxes would impact us because we did not buy the property. Originally, this plan was set in 2020. I asked our board to pause, given the situation. We had all of our bus company employees on unemployment, and we let them defer their loans for a couple months. So that's when we were supposed to start the project. So for that reason, we paused, and we're back on pace. And like you said, prices are not going to go down. So our board decided to move forward with the project now that hopefully the better part of the pandemic is for the worst part of the pandemic.
Did I hear you correctly? You said you had 21 million in the park.
Mm-hmm. Yes. 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 You have to consider too that although we are the Lockport Schools Credit Union and that's our employer, some of those employees do not live in Lockport. They are employed in Lockport. But yeah, we've grown quite a bit. And I've been there for 7 years, and in the last 5, we were probably 12, and now we're up to 21. So yeah, it's been a great growth, really.
You're on South Transit Road now, demolished actually.
Yeah, we're moving. I actually just signed a lease this week. We're moving to Ulrich City Center for 6 months while they tear down the building and build that up. So yeah.
I had you located on West Street coming in.
Oh, that's probably Niagara Choice,
Yeah,
right?
that's a good
Yeah.
point.
Well, and honestly, so many people don't know we even are there. You know, I'm a Lockport lifer, and I didn't know we were there for 15 years. So this will definitely give us some more presence on Transit Street. So we're very excited about that. And we'll be part of the city, which I'm born and bred. So.
I have a motion for this
So
preliminary
moved.
resolution. Thank you. Who was that?
Yeah.
Give a second, Mr. Krempa. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? We need a roll call vote, please.
Mr.
Yes.
Muskang,
Yes.
Mr. McCabe,
Yes.
Mr. Ross,
Yes.
Mr. Scott,
Yes.
Mr. Krempa,
Yes.
Mr. Cliff,
Yes.
Mr. Onesi.
Yes. We need a motion to authorize the public hearing. Mr. Cliff, Mr. Krempa. All in favor? Aye. Any opposed? Thank you very much. Yes, carries. Mark, next point else?
Thank you. I do actually have one item. I'd like to go into executive session to discuss a personnel matter involving one or more employees of the agency. If you don't mind.
Motion to go into executive.
After that, I don't think we're going to have anything left on the agenda after this executive
At the
session.
end of the executive session, comments,
Yeah.
all in favor? Aye.
I'll see
At the
you.
end of it, we'll adjourn.
Thank you.